chairs thrown and tables toppled, hands armed with broken bottles, standing no chance to win, but we're not running, we're not running.
Hi everybody, I'm Costatron, and today I'll be reviewing the film 2012, which, unfortunately to say, I saw last week. Now, where can I start? I honestly don't know, because I should have known going into a Roland Emmerich film what to expect. I heard this one was the best disaster film out of all he's ever made, and you know what? I just want it to be entertaining. You know, some movies, it depends what you're going into. Like for G.I. Joe, I knew I was going to expect a mindless action film, and it's what I got, which is why I kind of enjoyed it. Now, 2012, obviously you're supposed to suspend your disbelief, obviously, because how Emmerich portrays how 2012 is going to happen is obviously won't happen like that. But so walking into this film, sat down in the theater, a couple of my buddies, movie starts. First thing I noticed, for a disaster movie, so much dialogue. And not only that, but bad dialogue, horror dialogue. Like, come on, John Cusack. Like, what did they do? Drop a fucking $1 million right on top of your script for you to do this movie? Like, you are way better than that. Especially for a film, like a Roland Emmerich film. Like, I don't understand why big actors go for, like, these types of films. I don't get it. Because Roland Emmerich has a rep for making films with all bang that you don't get your money's worth as in terms of story, which is okay, because that's what some people prefer. Some people prefer to have a good time at the movies, and for people who like this movie, I'm not slamming you for liking this movie because you had a fun time. I'm just saying that what you were expected to do, like what you expected, like your thought processes in going in expecting a nice fun movie, I didn't get that because it was ruined by horrible dialogue, too much drama scenes. It seemed like every small character in the film had a point where they were saying goodbye to their loved ones. Like that isn't really needed. Like, I understand, okay, the main characters, but every single character, coming down to even the most minimal character that had no significance to the story whatsoever, just had that scene, and it just some of them dragged on forever and ever. And I kind of felt that Roland Emmerich was trying to get in touch with his viewers, but I'm sorry, Emmerich, you failed epically. Like, I don't know where to begin. Like, this movie, it's supposed to be the king of disaster films, but honestly, I only saw maybe 3 good disaster scenes. The rest wouldn't even be considered disaster scenes, like the plane crashing. Oh wow, where have I haven't seen that before. Now the Los Angeles sequence was very well done. I'm not going to lie, and the whole sequence at Yellowstone Park with the meteors falling down, that was terrifically well done. But the plane, the car in the snow, those boats at the end, is that what qualifies for, I guess, disaster now? Like, this is supposed to be hyped up as the biggest disaster film ever. And I guess some people also were disappointed because they were going in expecting a whole kind of conspiracy movie against 2012, which obviously, if you knew a Roland Emmerich, you knew that's not what he was going for at all. He was just going for a huge disaster film, just exploding everything he touches. He's almost like a Michael Bay, except Michael Bay is a bit worse. I'm sorry to say. Where else can I go? The acting. Okay, for a disaster movie, you kind of know what you're going to expect for an acting, but when you have big actors like Woody Harrelson, John Cusack, Danny Glover, like all those people, you expect at least some mediocre acting, and even, I guess, some mediocre dialogue. You don't even get that in this film. Like, the one line in the film where he's like, when they tell you not to run, that's when you do it. Like, that's stupid. Like, that was not needed at all. And the whole, I guess, I don't know, I didn't find the Arnold cameo not really Arnold cameo, but portrayal a bit funny at all. I'm trying to think where else I can go with this, because there's a lot of things wrong with this film, and I'm just saying all of it now because I just got a new computer, new webcam, everything, and I want to start a new channel with all my reviews. And 2012 was really one of the films that pissed me off, just because it promised so much for a disaster film. It promised a lot of disaster scenes, none of the drama that you saw, I guess, in others. But it totally went the opposite way. It just went more to drama and left the disasters behind, which would probably be good for some people, but Roland Emmerich, I'm sorry, can't get emotion across. For me, anyways. he can get the actors, I guess, to act mediocrely, but the dialogue, like he writes, I'm sorry, with that new writing partner of his, Harold Closer, who should stay as a composer and not a fucking writer. The dialogue is really fucking horrible. Like even for a disaster movie, and I've seen them all because disaster movies are a guilty pleasure of mine, which I like to have fun with. But at 2012, I felt I was bored. Like I wanted to sleep halfway through the movie, and the movie was excessively long. I think it was like something like 2 hours, 150 minutes. So that adds up to 2 hours and 2 hours and 30 minutes or something like that. And really, for a movie, I guess, especially for one like this, it's not needed. Michael Bay's got to learn that too with Transformers. Length like that, for that movie's not needed. You could have cut out maybe half an hour of footage. Not half an hour, maybe 20 minutes, and it still could have been good. It still could have been like, I guess, get you into the story more, get you into the action more. This one, it felt like there's a disaster scene, 45 minutes of just useless, stupid dialogue talking, and another disaster scene, and just another 45 minutes of useless, stupid acting and dialogue. Then after another action scene that lasts for like, it was just, oh my god, it was terrible. It's a complete mess. Like, even like I liked Day After Tomorrow. Okay, I know a lot of people like that movie, but I like Day After Tomorrow just because that movie was just kind of like stupid in what, like, I knew the message was trying to get across with global warming, but it was good because it had like its disaster scenes all spread out, and there was a lot of them, and not there's a lot of character drama, but the dialogue wasn't as bad as it was in this film. This one, I guess, just because he has his new Emmerich has his new writing partner now with Harold Closer, it butchered it. Like ever since now that he's starting to work with him since 10,000 BC, he's getting really bad. Like I don't even know. And what even I guess pisses me off even more is that somehow there's a good, like I guess, good word of mouth going around about this movie because it's been staying in the top box office, I guess, for like 3 weeks now. I don't understand how a movie like that should be dropped right to 6th right after like the first week. Like I understand, okay, special effects look cool for a lot of people. They want to go first day rush in theater to go see the movie, but now it should not be in the top spot. I think like if I go look at IMDb right now, it shouldn't. Okay, well it's not there now, but it was like last week. It's still pretty high up there. Like I don't understand. Like I don't know. I don't want to see this guy's career. Like I don't. Like his movies were good before, I guess. Not really good, but entertaining. And now they're just kind of going downhill. Like he even said in one interview, he was like, I don't do this for, I guess, for the money. He does it because he does it because he likes to make these kind of movies because I guess he comes from a family of wealth. I don't know if his family's in an oil tycoon oil business or something like that, but okay, I understand you're not doing it for money, but at least can you put some quality into them? Like sure in the special effects, but can you put at least some acting quality into them, like some dialogue? Because the movie 90% was unintentionally funny. Sure, there was a scenes with the Russian guy that were pretty funny, but half the other time when it wasn't supposed to be funny, I was laughing, and so were half the other people in my theater because the dialogue was terrible and it was delivered really badly, especially from a A-list actor like John Cusack. Like I don't understand, just really, really bad. I have to give this movie a second watch to give you a full detail. This is just my initial thoughts after seeing it. Just like so. Quick summary. What I think. I thought it should have had more disaster scenes, especially more than like a movie that was promising so much and just delivered so little. Dialogue has to be fixed up. Like Roland Emmerich. I can't stress this enough, man. Like I know I'm not a filmmaker. I want to be one, but I don't. Like people are probably going to say after seeing this, oh, if you should go make your own movie and see if you can do better. I'm not saying I can do better, but like, come on, you go to school for this crap. You learn. You have a degree for this. You should at least make your dialogues lifelike. Or if not, if you can't write it, get a writer who can write good dialogue. Maybe movies like this, if they had a decent writer, this movie could be really well done. It's that simple. But Emmerich prefers to write his own films, and it shows that maybe he is a decent director. His writing suffers, just like Rob Zombie. Rob Zombie is the same way. That's why the Halloween movies suck absolute fucking balls. But like, I don't know. So review. Needed a little bit more disaster scenes. The dialogue definitely needs to be fixed up. The acting was, some scenes were above par, like really good. Other scenes they're just really, really terrible.